Good afternoon, everybody, to the launch of the 13th edition of the Entrepreneur program run by the Ilembe Chamber of Commerce. We're going to change the normal launch format. The event is actually live streamed, so everybody that's also at home or in the office watching this, welcome. Thanks very much for joining us. I'm going to do a very, very short introduction just to acknowledge once again all the sponsors that support us through this program and the management of this program. Airports Company South Africa, King Shaka International Airport. We've got Enterprise Ilembe, our local enterprise development agency. We've got NG Picus Operations, Caesar Water, and then our media partner is the local newspaper, the North Coast Courier. So with that introduction, I'm going to hand over to the person that's going to take care of the rest of the proceedings for the next half an hour, 35 minutes or so. Tim Johnson has been involved with the program in depth for a number of years, and the reason for that in-depth involvement is he's been a member of the adjudication panel on a number of occasions. So he doesn't dip in and out, he commits 2 days at a time. Sits, interviews 20 finalists, and then the unenviable task of having to select a winner. Now, Tim is a local businessman. Background in terms of his ventures in real estate. He's the founder of Local Real Estate. He also dabbles from a business point of view in the media and social media. And I think his most recent addition is that he added a private high school to his ventures. So, Tim, thanks very much for joining us, and I think with that then, over to you. Thanks, Tim.
Thanks very much, Kobus. Sakile? Welcome.
Thanks.
Right. Oh. The Entrepreneur Competition has allowed the Ilembe Chamber, with the support of its academic and professional partners, to establish itself at the forefront of entrepreneurial development and SMME support in the Ilembe district, as well as in KZN and nationally. The program is widely endorsed and recognized. And in 2013, it's very exciting that in partnership with the George Business Chamber, as well as AXA, have actually launched another regional program in that area. So it's really exciting to see how this little program that's incubated out of the North Coast is looking to spread its wings, so to say, across the country. So joining me to just intro the program somewhat is the business support manager here at the Ilembe Chamber, and he also project manages the entrepreneur program. So Sakile Khumalo, welcome.
Thank you, Tim.
Thanks for joining us. Sakile, there are a number of business accelerator programs, entrepreneurship programs around the country. But what makes the Ilembe Chamber's program so unique?
I think when you look at all the other programs that are here in South Africa, what makes this one unique is that it's run by a chamber of commerce, a business chamber. So that immediately offers opportunities, that are beyond beyond the program being just a business accelerator. So it's beyond that. It's about creating a community. Business community. It's about creating linkages between businesses and like-minded individuals.
Yeah, I mean, I can certainly talk firsthand to that, and we're going to share some of the success stories of the program over the years. But it's all very well sort of working just on theory and sort of building the entrepreneurship and the frameworks for that. But how does it impact on these businesses that are looking to join this program? And that's obviously what we're excited about, and we're going to hear more about today. But underpinning any entrepreneurial program, there's an academic framework that obviously supports that. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the program, we partner with UKZN. We've had a partnership for a long time with UKZN, and through the CREATE program, a partnership that they have with MIT, they suggested that we use the business model canvas as a tool to interrogate the businesses that are involved in the entrepreneur program. So that is basically the tool that we use to interrogate these businesses, which allows obviously the entrepreneurs to be able to develop their business.
Yeah, we're certainly gonna find a little bit more from one of our panelists who has been through the program, and we're going to find a bit more about that canvas, which has been so useful. It's been going for 13 years, which in itself is an achievement. And throughout that time, I'm sure there've been many success stories, achievements that you've had. What are some of the standout stories and successes that you've seen?
I think if you put it in one word, I would say the diversity within the program, in terms of geography, in terms of culture, in terms of industry, as well in terms of the sizes of the business that have been involved. And it's been amazing to see the impacts that has been there on these businesses, big and small. The impact has been amazing. So yeah, that's for me is the main thing. Yeah.
And I think that's important to for those entrepreneurs out there that are considering joining a program of this nature. It's for everyone, really. Certainly, on my time as an adjudicator, we've seen some incredible stories of people in the agribusiness sector starting out small co-ops, large-scale manufacturing, retail, media. It's been really wonderful, and it really is a platform for small and large to grow. And I think even just chatting to some of the panelists backstage in the green room, you never know enough not to keep learning. And at the end of the day, even if we can grow our business by 5%, 10%, whatever it might be, and our knowledge base, that can be so rewarding. So it really is a program for a lot of people. So I really like that diversity. Other than that, I mean, what would you say to someone that's sitting out there, they're watching the feed, or they're going to watch it recorded, and they're considering joining the program?
I'll say if you're out there and you have a business and you have been in business and you are looking to get yourself out there in terms of promoting your business, in terms of linking with other like-minded business owners, and just being part of a business community, then this program is for you.
Fantastic. So how can someone join, and when do the entries close?
So today the entry is officially open.
Okay.
So in terms of entry forms, people will then be able to get it here at the chamber offices. We also have a website, which is theentrepreneur.net.za. We also will be having drop boxes in variety of areas, variety of municipalities that people will be able to access and deliver those entry forms. Yeah.
Okay, so there's multiple ways you can join, which is fantastic. So we encourage you to get involved, but obviously to whet your appetite and to give you a bit more detail, we're going to be joined by a number of panelists who are going to be sharing some of their experiences with us, which we're looking forward to. So let's introduce that next segment and find out more about these panelists.
Thanks, Tim.
To expand on the successes of the Entrepreneur Program in anticipation of the 2023 edition, we would like to introduce you to a number of previous winners and finalists in the program. First business that we're going to feature is Taste KZN. Taste KZN was the winner of the Entrepreneur 2019 program. The business is KwaDukuza Stanger based and is owned by Mbali Khumalo. Taste KZN is a cafe which specializes in African cuisine and also offers pop-up cafes, pop-up bars and private catering for corporate and private functions. Mbali is passionate about women empowerment and won the Gagasi FM Shero Award in 2019 in the social entrepreneurship category. Arco Manufacturing was the second placed winner in the Entrepreneur 2022 program and competition. Charlton Nyamazau is the managing director and owner of Arco Manufacturing. It is a bespoke engineering manufacturing company based in Shaka Skral. Harco manufactures block-making machines, hosepipe reels, racer brackets, canoe pedals, gas burners, tie and shoes, tie and ends, tap locks, prototypes of original manufacturers, precision machine parts, sheet metal housings, just to name a few. Omnanella Medical was the winner of the Entrepreneur 2022 program and competition. Omnanella is a health tech startup that specializes in the online sale of smart health devices. Smart technology in healthcare that allows you to monitor your health from the comfort of your home. Since its establishment in 2020, owners Ricardo and Nicholas Locknath have grown Omnanella into the leading online healthcare destination in South Africa, with over 5,000 health, beauty and pet care devices on sale. Omnanella is a registered distributor of medical devices and offers 2 delivery options: click and collect at over 3,000 collection points in South Africa, or delivery to your home or office. Customers can also be reimbursed through their medical aid schemes when shopping online, and Omnanella also offers buy now and pay later options. Let's welcome our previous finalists and winners in the Entrepreneur Program and hear from them what they've enjoyed most about the program, but also what was most beneficial, and provides a taste to those businesses that enter the 2023 edition of this program.
Panelists, there's not much more we need to know about the business background, but we're really excited to have you guys here. Nicholas, Ricardo, Mbali, and Charlton. It was good to start to get to know you a little bit backstage. Mbali, we shared a journey together a few years ago when you were participating, and you left a lasting impact, certainly, and we ended up becoming friends on Facebook as well. So yeah, that's important. I don't let everyone in, hey? But it was really wonderful, and that just from a personal perspective is what the program's all about. Is about building, sort of relationships and seeing how we can support one another after the program. Nicholas, Ricardo, I'm going to start with you guys first. Sakhelia mentioned the business model canvas, which was the sort of framework to refine and work on your business models, which is really the architecture of every business, let's be honest. So Nicholas, I'm going to start with you. How did that business model canvas used in the Entrepreneur Program help you in shaping or perhaps even refining your business model?
So when we got involved into the Entrepreneur for the 2022 competition, originally we had a good idea of our business. However, there were points that we didn't completely figure out as yet. And frankly, we didn't know how to go about figuring it out. Now, the business model canvas offered us a one-page, simple overview of how to understand each of the different moving parts of our business, the internal part and also the external part of what needs to touch our potential customers. So this was invaluable for us because when we saw this and we started jotting down the points, we figured out quickly, hang on, this point doesn't belong there. We should have changed it, we should have altered it. If we had a point in a certain area like customer segmentation, then we had to ask ourselves, is that really what we want? So the business model canvas has helped us understand how to structure our business and also how to start building on that, which is so valuable for someone who is starting a new business or someone who has an established business but needs to plug holes in the ship.
So to follow up on that, if you're sitting at home and you sort of haven't really thought about that model and you've got a small business that you think, why do I need a business plan? Why do I need a business model? It's still relevant for you, of course it is.
Absolutely, absolutely. So the business model canvas keeps things very simple. And for anyone that's starting a new business, that's what you want. Each of the different 9 stages that is needed to be filled in, if you have 2 or 3 simple bullet points, it's enough to say, this is what I've got as a business, and it's enough for you to go to someone else who may be able to mentor you, for instance, the Entrepreneur competition, or someone that you know has a successful business and says, okay, if this is what you have, this is your idea and your passion, let's work with it. Everything's on one page, nice and easy.
Fantastic. It's a great explanation of it, and certainly very valuable to any business. Ricardo, I'm going to move over to you. When it comes to this, there's a lot of theory here, but can you give us a couple of examples in your business of how this canvas actually, allowed you to maybe pivot or shift or reinforce something in your business that is now very valuable?
100%. I think our first instance is we've always just been as a medical company, but we've actually found out that we're actually a tech company and not a medical company. We are fully online based, customers all over the country, and by understanding what our customer profile was, that was invaluable of customer profile, customer segmentation, looking at our locations of where our customers are, and actually seeing what they would actually need. So actually spending some time going through the analytics, looking at what products, what services our customers are actually wanting from us, and being that gap in the market. And once we've actually found the gap, the business model canvas has just enabled us to fine-tune, and I like to say that we had our business as a dartboard, but with the business model canvas, it allowed us to go point blank, understand what our customer profile is, and since then, I can share that our business has actually grown 280% since we finished the entrepreneur program. So 2022 has been looking good, and looking forward to expanding and also bringing back to the community on seeing that from the program, what can actually be achieved.
That's a wonderful example, and it's allowed you to also maybe invest in your wardrobe as well. So you're looking very, very snappy today. You guys are always well put together. It's an interesting point because obviously, what some of the sort of experiences that we've had adjudicating over the years has been that some entrepreneurs are quite fixed in their ways. This is my product, Does the customer want your product? Who is the customer? These are really critical questions, and you don't want to start a business off on the wrong path. You're going into the wrong destination. You need to be able to pivot, and being able to pivot is sometimes quite an important thing. Not lose sight, but to really kind of just be a little bit more agile, and that's the nature of being an entrepreneur, is being agile and also not being perhaps stubborn as well enough to stick to a particular kind of paradigm or a particular type of customer base that actually isn't working. So
100%.
It's great to know that there's these types of frameworks that can actually help people maybe just unpack that a little bit more, ask some critical questions, and help you deliver a more concise and sort of clear business plan. So thank you for your insights. I'm gonna skip to Charlton, not just because we saved the best for last, but I'm just gonna skip to Charlton. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We never met. I didn't get a chance. We met here, but I didn't get a chance to sort of really understand your business. Did a bit of reading on it yesterday. But one of the things I want to talk to you about is mentorship. Mentorship in the program is obviously something that is really important. It's very important for any person to learn. Whether you're in a profession, most professions, they learn through mentorship. And entrepreneurs often don't have that opportunity to be able to go and spend time with other business owners, whether they're in their sector or not. Some business lessons are the same, and mentorship's been quite important. So, how did you experience the mentorship component of the entrepreneurship program, and how did it contribute towards your personal and business development?
I would say for Haka Manufacturing, mentorship, it really contributed positively because we were affected with the COVID pandemic, and then it so happened that during that time, after that we had the looting, we had 28 of our customers affected. So obviously we had to write that off. As if that is not enough, we came to April, the whole office, the whole workshop, it was 2 meters down in water. So we had 8 weeks to work very hard, going there every day from 7 o'clock to 11 p.m. every day, so that we could get back the factory working. And during that time, that's when we heard about the iLembe Chamber of Commerce. Then we joined, then we had our mentor, Dr. Gaffney. He came at the right time because we needed somebody to lift us up because we were really down, and it has worked really positively. We have seen the changes. I'm coming from an accounting background, and then he is coming from having the experience that he has in the industry. he had different strategies which worked actually in our favor. And the reason why we then went back to him, spoke to him, said, Doc, why don't you contribute 4 hours to us every week and then make us better? Of which he did agree, and we are with him as we speak.
Wow, that's a great story. I mean, I think the first word that comes to mind is resilience. Certainly, if you do business in the KZN region, we've had a lot to deal with, I suppose, as it is globally. But there's no point in making excuses. There's no point in sitting back and being victims. That's the nature of South Africans. Resilient. We'll always make a plan, but you need a plan, and you need sometimes a good coach, and you need a mentor. So one of the things that I always like to sort of reflect on as a business owner is, you don't know what you don't know, and it's okay not to know. And it's okay to have your specialist areas, but to bring in mentorship is critical. Sometimes entrepreneurs think they've got to do everything. They have to be everything to everyone, and it isn't necessarily the case. So with your mentorship, if you can just elaborate a little bit more, so in terms of the skill set that they brought, I mean, how have you sort of defined those roles? You talk about your mentor coming in now on a regular basis. Dare I ask, is he doing it? Is he being paid? Is he doing it out of the kindness of his heart?
What has happened with Dr. Garth? Obviously, we had to negotiate.
If the contracts are still in negotiation, then don't worry. Yeah.
No, we have negotiated. Obviously, he is putting more than 100%, but we are paying for 20%.
Okay.
Because I'm a numbers person, so I had to negotiate and say, Doc, this is where we stand, of which he is doing, a marvelous job. We now have new contracts that we have signed on because of him, and he's showing us ways to go, some things that I wasn't aware of. So because of his expertise, he has actually elevated us to greater heights. The numbers that we are attaining versus what we used to, we are seeing something very positive, and we really appreciate that.
Well done. What a story. What a success story. And long may it last. And thank you for that mentorship. And one day you might get a dividend paid out of that. Let's move over to Mbali. You've got a story with your name though, so I'm not going to steal your thunder. But we're going to talk a little bit about the corporate identity process within the competition. I love marketing. I'm a marketer. I love brands. I've built many brands over the years, my own and others. And I found it really interesting when I was adjudicating for those years, where I would sit with these young, old entrepreneurs and really kind of interrogating this brand process. And obviously, one of the benefits of the program is that you get support to go through that and actually create and maybe interrogate that brand identity and then come up with something new, maybe refreshed. Maybe you have a very strong sense of what your identity is, and it's just a refinement of that. But everything starts with brand. Business model, sure. I'm a brand guy. I think everything starts with understanding your brand, and being able to communicate that brand authentically and obviously professionally. So, Mbali, you obviously experienced this a few years ago. How, can you share sort of how the program and the CI and the marketing elements, so the corporate identity and the marketing element of the program, how did it help you perhaps refine your brand or reach new customers, or expand your market presence and or your brand image? So how was the overall kind of impact of that process for you?
Sure. I think for me, the first thing that I always say when I describe my experience in the chamber is that it was life-changing. And I'm trying to be very modest when I say that, literally. It changed my life. Look, what the program does for you is that it opens up a network that you would never think actually exists. So I walked in here literally as just someone who had an Instagram page and had a few catering gigs and thought, hey, look, it's going to work out. Eventually, I'm going to be supplying or doing really big corporate events, and I'm at the ICC and I'm just doing, really big corporate events, and that was not the case. So throughout the program, the first thing that became evident to me was, who are you and what are you trying for people to understand about you? So yes, you're Meals with Mbali, but who is Meals with Mbali? What are you trying for people to really understand about you? So I started looking at me internally now. What is the vision? What's the passion? How did I come about, wanting to be Meals with Mbali? And how can I better this? Because, okay, on social media, everybody else is sort of doing the same thing that I'm doing. So what's going to make me stand out? And throughout the lessons, I think one of the first things was the mentorship element, where we were speaking about batting partners. And I've always shared the story, about how Serena Williams is really good and it's undisputed, you know, but she actually has a batting partner, somebody who she practices against, and this person has to be better than her. So in order for her to train, she's literally playing against someone who's 10 times better than her, so that she's upping her skill at all times. So the element of skill became important to me, and I then realized, look, okay, I do have a social media presence. People are drawn to my post, but how can I be better than the people who I'm playing against all the time? And that's when I realized I can't just be Mbali the cook. I needed to go to chef school. And that's what this program was able to do for me. So I'm now a qualified chef. I'm Chef Isabel Mbali Kufara, firstly. So I think that for me was the first part that I just wanted to share about corporate identity. But more than anything, I think what the program does is it summers down your business to the foundation all right through to what you want in the future. So you're able within a couple of weeks to really look at your business and stretch it as far as seeing yourself 10 years in the space and identifying if you're actually going to survive everything. So the business kind of model to the mentorship to the identity, what you come in with and what you leave with is a whole package that makes you survive 10 years down the line. I mean, I won the competition in 2019, and I think since that time, I've really grown. I think being a winner also of the Lembe Chamber Entrepreneur Competition has attracted a lot of customers to me as well. So I think having to incorporate that win, having used the chamber for a corporate identity has also allowed space for clients to get to know me as well.
Well, it's undisputed, and it's been great to see, you know, that growth, and you've gone from strength to strength, but also you've kept investing in yourself and growing, you know, through the chef school, and obviously that your brand will continue to grow. You know,
Yeah.
brand isn't a static thing. It's something that will grow as you grow. But also winning isn't everything.
Yeah.
Some people that have come second have also done really well, but winning's nice though. Eh?
No,
Yeah.
it's
And look at this. You know, look at this. Yeah. Obviously, there's some fantastic benefits to entering and winning. Obviously, there's some nice benefits to that. Obviously, some media exposure, which is great through our media partners, the North Coast Courier. So there's no such thing as bad publicity, and that is what this program is also all about, is providing that platform for you to reach and maybe grow your Instagram followers. Eh?
Yes, definitely.
Well, I don't think we can really sum up any better than what we have, and we've got limited time. We've got to keep people's attention. Thank you very much for joining us, for sharing some of your experiences with us. We wish you all the best in the next chapter as you move forward in your businesses, and I look forward to watching very closely as you grow. So I just want to take this opportunity just to also thank once again our partners in the program. The Lembe Chamber, obviously very thankful, and these programs wouldn't exist and wouldn't have been going for 13 years without the support and sponsorship of partners in the community. So we are certainly very appreciative of that. So first of all, to Enterprise Lembe, thank you. Airports Company South Africa, obviously King Shaka International, the North Coast Courier for all the media coverage, Caesar Water, NG Peakers Operations. Guys, thank you very much. I'm sure on behalf of the entrepreneurs, we extend our thanks to you, and long may the program last. Of course, the call to action, those of you that are interested in participating in the program, please get in touch. You've got a limited time to get involved. I encourage you to get involved. Come and connect with the Lembe Chamber. It will change your lives. And there's a lot of mentors, a lot of business owners, a lot of people in the community that are rooting for you and are here to basically provide that level of support to take your business to the next level. So thank you, and we look forward to seeing you on the program.